This is my next radio controlled airplane project. Just playfully working again with an old styrofoam model I bought in Denver many years ago. This time I'm going to try to emulate a flying wing. This is one of my old paper flying wings from Denver, Colorado I made in the early 90s. The key concept back then, let's see if I can get here, maybe in the shade would be better, is that the back of each wing tilts up. Let's see if I can get this clear. Look at the front of the plane, and you can see how the back tips tip up relative to the front edge, and that's achieved by putting kind of a triangular fold at the back, and that's what I'm having a hard time capturing here. If you can see that line. Without that, a flying wing is just going to plunge nose first instantly. And all the flying wings I'm aware of have that upward facing angle, and I was told years ago in Denver by an engineer it's called trailing edge camber. And he saw me walking into a restaurant in Denver with some of my planes and ran over all excited. I'd come up with this idea as a way of trying to reduce reliance on upward flaps that produce drag, and that's what we all made as kids, just snipping the wing in the back and bending it up. Okay, I think I'm getting the angle there. So having said that, what I want to do with this foam glider, I've already removed the back of the fuselage. Those are the original wings. The vertical stabilizers are mock-ups. They're just simply cheap foam wings from a very cheap airplane kit, but they're there mainly for visuals. At the end of each wing, let's see if this will show up, I've added a winglet made from this plasticky material I found. These were serving trays at Dollar Tree, but once you cut them, they become remarkable little objects. As you can see here visually, they're fun as all get out. I mean, look at that. But the rigidity of the plastic is good for a wingtip, so I tried that there. Probably the most important thing that's going to happen is right along the back. You'll see I've got a line, and that's where I'll make a cut all the way through, and I will lift that back end of the wing up and hold it in place with this clear tape, just as a mock-up, not a permanent commitment. And it'll be simply a question of tossing the plane with both wing ends turned up like that for the trailing edge camber flap, and see what it takes to keep the nose up. The next step is my friend Mark recently sharpened all my knives for me with this remarkable machine, and this one knife does an incredible job cutting foam. And what I want to do, since I want this ultimately to be a true flying wing, is to simply shave off the bulk of the nose, say from maybe here on down in an airfoil curve, so that the whole body generates lift. A configuration about like that. Yeah. The motor will go in the back. This will be a rear prop drive. I've got to learn about servos and all that, but the only thing I can tell that will be needed would be servos to control the trailing edge camber flap. I would prefer not. I would like that to be fixed, and that's at each end here. But what will be needed will be flaps on the tail fins to help the plane turn left or right. That's a given. I'm going to have to think long and hard, because you have to have trailing edge camber on a flying wing. But if you lower it too much, you're just simply going to have a spiral or a nosedive. But this is going to be a fun project. I feel like I'm about 10 years old in Kinchela, Michigan again, except a hell of a lot happier and having a whole lot more fun. This is the current status of this prototype. I'm not going to do a hand toss until I've got Velcro strips attached to it, so I can add a electric battery for the ballast, and that will help establish the center of gravity and take it to a soft meadow and give it a toss and see. But I probably will wait to do that until I shave off the nose, because I really think I want to pursue a very old dream that's, what, 12, 15 years old now, easily, of converting a kid's styrofoam glider into a true flying wing. And as long as there's that nose fuselage sticking out front, I don't think I can see it as a flying wing. But this is going to be fun, and I think it's probably going to keep me busy easily until, I don't know, what, next Easter. Bye.